zo lang mogelijk medische aandacht te krijgen. En de dood is dan niet de ultieme vorm van Munchausen by proxy. En wij vinden dat mevrouw gewoon moet worden vrijgesproken, omdat er weliswaar middelen zijn aangetroffen in het lichaam van Mike. En dat we niet met zekerheid kunnen zeggen dat het de cliënt is geweest die dat heeft gedaan.
Ik heb nog zoveel vragen en niet meteen zo erg. En ik moet ook nog even gesproken.
Nu gaat de zaak dus verder en buigen rechters zich opnieuw over wat er mogelijk met Mike is gebeurd en welke rol Jolanda daarin speelde. Begin eens, dan is de uitspraak. Een vrouw wordt dood en onder het bloed gevonden in een flat in Rosmalen. Haar hals is doorgesneden en naast haar ligt een brandmes. Haar vriend Rob B. wordt opgepakt voor de moord. 14 jaar zit hij vast. Onterecht.
Ja. Ja.
Now. Yo, it was bound to do something.
Ik ben die lightskin papi. Ik wil die boem boem dingen doen. Boem boem dingen. Boem boem dingen.
Will you really awesome?
Yo no puedo jugar sin que se tenga que estar. como que si estuviera, no sé, me falta como muy bajo. Ah, maldito. ¿Qué puedo coger?
Vanilla skin papi.
Ah, rico la carbonara.
Later released by the authorities, the son girlfriend to Mia.
Vanilla skin papi. Ik wil die boem boem dingen doen. Boem boem dingen. Boem boem dingen. Ik ben die light skin papi.
Suck my big black banana. Suck my big black banana.
Ik ben die light skin papi. You get me.
¿Cómo te vayas? me hacen menos daño. Y me está disparando, mira que me está disparando. Está mal de aquí. Realmente. Y es ella que me está disparando. Creo que se le ha ido a la red, el internet. Cuando se quedan así es porque se le ha ido a la red. Puede ser. ¿Dónde está?
Fucking asshole, stuck my big black banana with the taking big black banana.
Her image from a very young age. Okay. It was only with the benefit of hindsight that prosecutors were able to clearly see how she used all these qualities to carry out her
My
mission.
big black banana.
Unfortunately,
Bendy light skin pop. Ja, ik denk hem niet, man. Bitch ass nigga. Boe.
Interestingly,
De volgende die gaat headshot to the block op zijn kop. Plap, plap.
including a hotel and
Suck my big black balloon.
according to multiple crime analysts, Innocent was once a political activist before he became a violent crime to maximize his influence. Back in the U.S., Innocent is wanted by the FBI for an insanely long list of crimes, including kidnapping for ransom, murder, assault, vehicle destruction of property.
Damn, Itachi, calm your black ass down.
There's a $2 million reward for information leading to
Damn.
but with powerful connections and an armed gang, it'll be pretty tough to ever bring him to justice.
Yeah, y'all might have to have a whole army on his ass.
Omar Alexander Cardenas.
What did he do?
In 2022, the FBI
He
released
ate them alive?
3 before and after clips of a man walking into and then running away.
Okay, I knew he was gonna be big, but I didn't know he was gonna be that big. Alright, apparently they got an EDP for every freaking ethnicity gang.
You're from a shopping
What's going on here?
August 15, 2009.
Damn. Alright,
The
Kate.
man seen in the video is 29-year-old Omar Alexander Cardenas. And let's just say that he didn't exactly go shopping in the time that elapsed between
He's running?
After this,
Oeh, ja, ze weten wie ik ben. Oeh, ze weten wie ik ben. Oeh.
How would you like him go missing?
exactly go shopping in the time that elapsed between those 2 clips. After disappearing from the camera's view, Omar walked up to a man standing outside the Hair Icon barbershop at an outdoor shopping center and fired several rounds from his semi-automatic handgun at his head, killing him instantly. Immediately after committing the crime, Omar fled the scene a little after 4 p.m. as he can be seen in the eerie FBI footage.
That's the all thing to see. Nah, y'all, bro. Y'all can't catch up to that 600-pound my life character.
The suspected member of the Pierce Street gang in Los Angeles and
What I meant to say was, you know, in California, I want to go there. I don't want to be gang affiliated. I want nothing to do with none of y'all. I don't want to clown anybody. Please let me go to California. Please, I am an innocent bystander.
then going by the nickname Dollar, Omar is suspected to have fled to Mexico to seek refuge among his relatives. In September 2021, a federal arrest warrant was issued for the suspect after he was charged with murder and unlawful flight to a
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready, but I'm ready to shoot
Even though
you.
he committed
How do you crash out that bad, though? How does one achieve that run? I think what happens is, like, your back gotta jiggle to one side, you gotta adjust your leg, and in the sprint, you gotta push into one leg for your ass to run like that, but I'm not, if I'm running like that, bro, I'm sorry, that's my cue to start going to the gym.
a brutal crime pretty much in broad daylight and didn't exactly shy away from the cameras after doing it. The cops seemed to know surprisingly little about Omar. The only thing
Approximately 240 to 300 pounds. Yo, how are you this short and this big, bro? I'm not gonna lie, this is a crazy build. This is one of those Sims builds that you just randomize everything because you want to make a funny looking character.
they really know about him are that he's around 300 pounds, wears thick prescription glasses, has at least 1 tattoo, and is considered armed and dangerous. Which alone is hardly enough to track down a criminal who's crossed international borders to flee prosecution. With time, hopefully
Look at the way he's like running, he's just like jiggling to each side.
more information will surface leading to his potential extradition and arrest. But for now, it looks like Omar will remain a most wanted criminal.
Alright, anyway, YouTube, that does include the FBI's most wanted list explained. Let me know who y'all thought was the worst. Join us on Discord, chat on Twitter, subscribe. All that good stuff, man. Like, love y'all. Peace.
Get ready for a wild ride as we dive into the dark, twisted world of international crime. Today we're talking about the cold-blooded killers, international terrorists, and the most elusive fugitives who currently have a red notice from Interpol. We're about to explore the criminal underworld, where the stakes are high, the plots are thick, and the criminals are anything but ordinary. Let's see who's on the run and what they've done to earn a spot on Interpol's most wanted list. We start our world tour of crime in the good old US of A. First on our list is Jason Derek Brown. Brown grew up in Los Angeles and even served as a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which are like normal saints, but newer. Despite his pious upbringing, Brown had a taste for the high life, and he liked to pretend that he was a successful businessman when he was anything but. Working as both a toy salesman and a golf equipment importer, Brown was soon running into serious debt trying to fund his playboy lifestyle. By 2004, Brown had already defaulted on a major loan and was tens of thousands of dollars in debt. That left him with only one option. Brown turned to running check and bank fraud scams to keep up appearances.
Hell no.
Police even believed
believed he resorted to home invasion and good old-fashioned stick-em-ups in the street. On more than one occasion, he would put on fancy clothes with a fresh haircut and go to a dealership where he'd buy a luxury vehicle using a false social security number and address. Who knew scamming a brand new car was that easy? Brown's lifestyle was racking up serious bills and he was becoming increasingly desperate. And that's why he soon settled on the ultimate plan, robbing an armored car full of cash deposits from local businesses. In November 2004, Brown purchased a .45 Glock and registered for a firearms instruction course. Despite his numerous scams, Brown had avoided falling under police notice so far, so his background check came back clean. What can we say? The system just works. Brown's personality was apparently not lost on his instructor, Buck Moshi, who described him as a quote,
Kom dan op, man. Wat is dit?
Brown also managed to accidentally discharge his pistol into a truck belonging to another student. A few weeks later, Brown, now a responsible gun owner, would approach Robert Keith Palomares, a 24-year-old armored car guard who was carrying weekend deposits from a local AMC movie theater to
Suck my big black balloon.
Wist je dat het altijd niet zo meezat? Moo, moo,
Suck
moo.
my big black banana.
Are kind of odd looking, if you ask me. They're sort of bumpy, like someone took a regular snake and hit him with a shrink ray, but only lengthwise.
Ooh.
These water snakes apparently do not get too large to steal the food inside as he's sliding around. They're more off-putting to hold these large ones like that, that's for damn sure. And these snakes, catfish, that are also grown in a similar setup. Thousands of them in a tiny little pond, and these things will eat just about anything. Right now we are attempting to feed this sort of pond full of juveniles. I would say these guys are a good 3 or 4 inches larger than our babies over there that were just a couple of months. Each of these ponds still has a good 100 odd snakes. It is kind of wild just how many snakes you can produce in such a small facility like this. This is very much the place we're after. So we order hundreds of snakes and we get ready to head north. Alright, we have purchased up a few thousand snakes. It is now time to see if this is enough to appease the cobra god. Finally, we make it, snakes in hand, to our cobra farm. And man, is this place something else. They're pretty serious about biosecurity here, at least by Vietnamese farming standards. So before we even get near these snakes, we're dipping our feet in disinfectant. It kind of makes sense once you realize that some of these scaly guys are worth more than my monthly rent. And feeding is kind of wild. The water snakes, they're not fed as is. Instead, they're injected, pumped full of something, vitamins, minerals, and solvents. And this is done with a mechanical syringe and needle of some kind.
Bitch ass nigga, I'm the boss.
On plastic plates and tossed in with the cobras. Where it gets almost like snake catacombs, honestly. It's one of the creepier places I've ever seen. It's kind of like unfinished concrete walls. It was dark and it's like pure gear on camera. And you just hear that constant just coming out of all the various walls. I've never seen a bigger king cobra. It is wild. It is brutal, efficient, and weirdly mesmerizing. Like watching a nature documentary, but we're in the middle of it. These cobras don't waste any time, and there are thousands and thousands of cobras to feed. Today, luckily, we're feeding just 2 barns, but that's still a lot of snake. Maybe you turn around. That's the giant cobra staring at you. So we start with the smaller snakes, moving our way down the corridor. These cobras, they know the drill. Open the cage, toss in a snake on a plate, and watch the show. It's absolutely incredible just how fast these guys are able to consume an entire snake. I just thought snakes would really took their time, slowly just sort of engulfing another creature. But in fact, it really worked these things. Going from the small snake side to side to side to side, trying to get it to move further down the body. And no question, the main farm's got everything from small snakes through to, say, meter-long juveniles. We're just saying to me that this particular cobra up here has 2 cleared out eyes, and that's because it's just about to molt. And that's a big indication that this guy, you can't see, he's not going to eat, he's going to molt first.
Bitch ass nigga.
Just that constant as you try and catch it. The breeding rooms, they're also a bit of a trip. Set up in larger rooms and stacked pallets against one wall. Each of these rooms houses a snake orgy of 5 or 6 cobras, and these guys are much bigger. And I know nothing about snake farming. Don't have fun elsewhere. This guy does seem pretty successful, so good at it. And feeding them is different also. We're putting 4 or 5 water snakes on each plate and loading the ground in front of the pallets. It's like some kind of twisted buffet. And let me tell you, the cobras, they come at design. It takes
cannot get over how loose the egg is. Like it's basically like skin. Incredible. 500 eggs in this corner. What?
And in the corner, there's a bucket full of baby cobras. Dozens of these little devils, already striking that iconic cobra pose. It's almost cute in a please don't kill me kind of way.
I'm not sure if they're poisonous at this stage. He seems pretty comfortable holding one. Can I have? No, hold on. Okay, you're right. Okay, apparently I can't hold it.
And before long, it's time for the real showstoppers. Giant king cobras.
Suck my big black banana.
Watching them feed is insane. We're loading 30, maybe 40 inflated water snakes into each pen. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, cobra style. At one point, we're feeding a massive female, and she's unrolled with one of the males.
Mouthfuls and mouthfuls of snakes. They've got to be 3-4 meters long. I thought that it was only big pythons that got that size. These things are huge, the size of your car, just how thick through they are. Just incredible creatures.
And what about the meat of the snake? How much does a whole snake cost if you were to sell it to cook?
Đấy, bây giờ là khoảng độ 800 ngàn một kg.
About 800,000 kilos.
Càng to thì càng đắt.
How much does an egg cost?
Tùy theo năm, như năm nay là thì 70 ngàn một quả.
Wow. Snakes eating snakes seems odd, but this is Vietnam's premier cobra farm, top notch. It's the Kobe beef of the snake industry here. The best restaurants order from this place. And so who am I to question the technique? They built this place on the belief that snake-fed cobras are superior in taste and in terms of health benefits. What are some of the health benefits of eating snakes?
Bồi bổ sức khỏe nhất là hệ thống thần kinh, hệ thống xương khớp, nhất là những người ngồi lâu này, lái xe.
But there's only one way to truly find out. Dinner time. Look, top notch. It's the Kobe beef of the snake industry here. The best restaurants order from this place. And so who am I to question the technique? They built this place on the belief that snake-fed cobras are superior in taste and in terms of health benefits. What are some of the health benefits of eating snakes?
Bồi bổ sức khỏe nhất là hệ thống thần kinh, hệ thống xương khớp, nhất là những người ngồi lâu này, lái xe.
But there's only one way to truly find out. Dinner time. Okay, in order to really get a sense for this, we ventured into this nearby Splash snake restaurant. Very Vietnamese style. And we're going to cook up on a chill with cobra. It's a local cafe restaurant that serves only snake-fed cobra. I love Vietnamese businesses. Part snake restaurant, part mechanic shop. Come on, makes perfect sense really. True synergy. Low cost. They bring out the cobra, dispatch it quickly. Heart and liver get set aside. That's not to be cooked, it's to be eaten raw. They get started on the main dishes. First, the snake is scaled. The knife scraping away through the rough, scaly exterior. Then the head comes off. Fangs are removed and the snake is slit open and gutted. The bile sac, this small but potential treasure, is carefully set aside. The meat is pulled from the backbone, clean and swift, then sectioned off with a cleaver. We fillet the backbone, taking every bit of meat that's left, and peel away the skin, leaving pure snake fillet. Ground ginger, chili, and MSG are all mixed in, and we're ready for a hell of a snake stir-fry. Meanwhile, the skin and bones are deep-fried to a crispy, crunchy, potato chip-like texture. Each part of
of the snake is used. Nothing goes to waste, even the bones. Alright guys, we have a bona fide snake beast in front of us. Before I get started, I think you need to do the traditional stuff to any snake meal here in Vietnam, and that is with, of course, a raw heart. Raw heart in rice moonshine. Alright, next up is actually coconut water mixed with the blood. So that's a little bit gory because I think the alcohol sort of helps you mentally get over what you're about to consume. I've just never had sort of like raw blood in coconut milk. Finally, we have bile. Probably the thing that I'm most comfortable saying that kind of tastes disgusting. I do understand that some people are after that incredibly bitter flavor, and that if you do want that, then again, there's no other natural source of it that it is quite as bitter as bile. So let's hope some of this sweet coconut milk mixes in with it. Eating cobra in Vietnam isn't only about taste. It's about power, vitality, mystical health benefits that you will be able to take on by eating these things. And I mean, who knows? I'm just sitting here holding a tiny shot bar with a cobra heart in it and thinking, this is either going to kill me or give me superpowers. Spoiler alert, neither happened. Alright guys, here we go. Starting out with the liquid confidence, the cobra heart. Ah, goddamn, that's rough. That is a much bigger heart than I thought. I definitely felt that going down. Oh, next up, a bit of blood and coconut. Ooh, that's much smoother. I've got to admit, really, it tastes kind of like a little bit more of a smoothed out, creamy flavor to coconut juice. I'm hoping that the bile has exactly that incredibly bitter bile taste. Maybe the coconut has balanced this. Oh, what? I wasn't expecting that. That definitely has alcohol mixed in with it. I thought that was just coconut water, but it wasn't. Again, bile, never my favorite. Surprisingly though, the hardest thing. Whew, that is so good. Alright, I'm going to work my way around the table this way. We have 3 dishes. One looks like snake skin crackers. Another looks like stir-fried snake with a local vegetable in it. And then we have the steamed cobra meat itself. So starting off with the snake skin, this is, I believe it's a bit of tail. The crazy thing about this skin that's kind of been crisped up in the frying pan is you can still see the pattern of the snake. That's really good. It has like very little flavor, but just that really crispy, fatty crunchiness of maybe like a pork skin crackling. It's surprising that it's not just like a potato chip, a potato fry, which is kind of what I was expecting. Surprisingly, really good. Who knew? Snake skin. I really was not expecting the sort of rib bones of a snake to be edible, but they've been fried up in front of me with garlic, lemongrass, and the skin. So I'm assuming that this is part of the meal. Really not all that much flavor, but the texture, the bones have really been cooked quite well. They sort of just break apart in your mouth. I can see these being pretty Moorish, especially if they were salted. So this stuff looks almost like it's been boiled in the wok. We've got some meat, we have some local herb, snake skin with local herb. Oh, wow, the herb is really bitter. And the skin has a completely different texture. It is super chewy, incredibly gelatinous. That is not what I was expecting. Next up, the meat. Really chewy. That's super surprising. I guess the snake is almost one big muscle. That is the opposite of tender. Man, it's been taking a while to get through that. This is really spicy. A lot of flavors going on. A bit of lemongrass, sweetness and aromatics, bitterness in the herb, chili for some extra bite. Now, the unique flesh, that's for sure, but not bad by any means. And finally, in this last corner, we have the cobra that has been just absolutely laid out in a beautiful manner. We have huge chunks of stir-fried / steamed cobra, and I think this is going to be the best indication as to what cobra meat really tastes like, because it is unadulterated with other herbs, spices, and it is just straight up cobra meat. Let's go.
My big black banana.
Wow, there's no way my chopsticks
ben die light skin papi. Ik ben die light skin papi. Ik wil die boem boem dingen doen. Boem boem dingen. Boem boem dingen.
And chewy fork like texture to it. It's not like other reptiles I've had before, like turtle or iguana, which